Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors a pit, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise. We know what our worth is. In paradise, in paradise. We manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. We're finally back and out and about, and we're here at one of my favorite places to eat. I don't know if I'm going to be eating today here, but we are at Georgia's Happy Hog barbecue place. Love this place. It's located 712 Culberson Drive, just east of Lincoln, just south of the state capitol, north of the OU Medical Center, right across from the Harn Homestead. Cannot miss it. 712 Culberson Drive. If you want to call for pick up an order, or if you want to find out information about catering the events, you can holler at them at 405-525-8111. They are closed Sundays and Mondays, open Tuesday through Saturdays from 11 to 7. And I highly, highly recommend it. I haven't been here. They were looking at me like, man, where you been? And I'm like, bro, health issues have been brutal to me, but it is what it is, and we are back and live and in charge again. And of course, it's brought to you by YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. The Equal Housing Lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to be here today at Georgia's. Support women and minority and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify with them and online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com if you want to pre-qualify online, or you can go into their locations. The main bank at 401 Elm in downtown Yukon, YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway, YNB Mustang off 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, and I-40, just south of I-40, cannot miss it. And then, of course, YNB Peoples, which is located on 23rd in Bethany, cannot miss it, between Rockwell and MacArthur. So I'm just glad to be out and about, and I see I'm joined by my guy Nathan Taylor of YNB. What's up, big dog? How you doing today?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going, man. I'm out and about, finally feeling somewhat better. You know, we did a good show last night on the Thunder loss, on After the Storm.
Yes, we did.
But you know, it's just I'm still a little uncomfortable. My kidney thing is still kind of hurting a little bit. I'm still a little uncomfortable, but I'm gonna try to go as long as I possibly can before I'm done. You know what I mean? But for those of you,
no, absolutely, man.
For those of y'all who don't know, last night the Thunder lost last night to the T-Wolves, 107-101, dropping to 32-15, losers of two in a row. The T-Wolves, of course, had lost a game previously to the Charlotte Hornets, and we lost to the Pistons, which was a terrible, terrible loss. But in the NBA, you're going to have those. You cannot be up for you just can't. And I believe that they lost to Charlotte looking at us, and we lost to the Pistons looking at them. That's. I think we both overlooked those two terrible teams, and we ended up getting beat. The T-Wolves were 14 for 29 from three. We were 14 from 35. They shot 48%. And once again, for the second game in a row, our perimeter defense was non-existent. They out-rebounded us by 6, and then the points in the paint, my pips, my favorite stat, my pips points in the paint. The Thunder were outscored in the paint by 12, which is terrible. 13 turnovers for them, 12 for us. T-Wolves, 21. We outscored them 21-25. And it was very, very frustrating for that game. And then when you look at the stats, here are the stats. You can see that Chet, SGA, and J-Will all played J-Dub all played 30 minutes or more. SGA, once again, 37 points in 39 minutes. And the problem is, you and I and Drew, we both talked about, our guy Drew Hinton, we talked about it last night that SGA didn't take a shot the last 2 minutes, and we were only down, 2 or 4? And he didn't shoot the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2.
Last shot was 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. He didn't take another shot. Well, he shot 2 free throws with
needed,
10 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever it was. Go ahead. Say what?
He needed to get the ball back. He needed to get the ball back after he passed it. But you know what? Minnesota did a really good job on it, defending it real well. But he still needed to get the ball back.
Yeah. Well, once again, the coach put it in the person's hands that he wants to put it into, and that's J-Dub. So he had it in the person's hands. He wants to have it in, and that is what it is with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they're going to continue to underachieve until they realize who the hell the big dog is on the team and put everybody in their place, and they're not willing to do that clearly. So what was your takeaway from last night?
I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time hearing you, bud.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. How about this? Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, it is a little bit better.
Okay. So what was your takeaway from last night?
Oh, I think it was the rotations. No, I didn't like the rotations, but we talked about that all year long. Mm-hmm. I think he's finally playing the right guys. He's just not playing them the right amount of minutes.
Or in the right, go ahead.
Or in the right scenarios. Yeah, you're right. In the right scenarios as well. Because, I liked, which I missed part of the third quarter, so I didn't even know Isaiah Joe got hurt until the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so, to me, when we're down, I think we were down about, I don't know, we might have been.
We're down 10.
But when in the fourth quarter?
No, we were not down 10 in the fourth. We were down 10 in the third.
So in the fourth quarter, when it was about dead heated, and he had SGA, he brought SGA back in. Right when he brought SGA back in, he had SGA.
By the way, they brought in Anthony Edwards immediately when we brought in SGA. Dagnall doesn't do that.
Yes.
Dagnall never does that.
He doesn't do that.
If they bring in their best player with 7-8 minutes to go, he will sit SGA for 2 more minutes. By the way, I just want to make a note of that.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So when they had SGA, Wiggins, Henrich, Jay Will, and who was the fifth? I don't remember
Kaysen.
who the fifth was. Was it Kaysen? Okay.
Kaysen.
When they had that lineup in there, I liked that lineup because I thought they were physically able to match up pretty well. Mm-hmm. Because Henrich did a pretty good job on Towns, and Jay Will did a pretty good job on Gobert.
Yep.
And we seemed to stay even with him. When he brought Chet back in, it was off after that because Chet was just getting pushed around.
Yeah. Well, Drew, he doesn't match up well with them. He doesn't match up with Minnesota. He doesn't match up with them. And I think Drew Hinthorn, our guy Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Picks, he made a good point. Chet seems like he's hit that rookie wall.
Yeah. Look, and let's, I know it's across the league, but man, these guys are tired. The whole team just looks tired.
Well, this was the month that we had, what did we have, 24 games in 30 days or something stupid, or like 23 games in 31 days, something ridiculous. Let me see. Go ahead, Nathan, finish your saying. I'm gonna count up the games we played.
This man, I don't know if it's 24 and 30. That seems like a lot.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna tell you how many games we played. Go ahead. We played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We played 3, 7, 11, 14, 17 games. 17 games in 30. We'll have 17 games in 31 days.
16 already and 17 in the total.
Yeah.
We've had 9,000 miles traveled, 11 and 14 on the road, 5 and 7, 7 and 10, 5 back-to-backs. This month has been crazy.
Yep, and it's so funny is we've won. Let me see. We won, lost. So we're 1 and 2.
10 and 6 on the month. 10 and 6 on the month.
I think 10 and 6. Yeah, we lost to the Hawks, the Nets, the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Pistons, and the Timberwolves. So we lost 6.
It seems like we take our losses in twos.
Yes.
and we haven't lost 3 games in a row all season.
I
So,
think didn't we lose 3 in a row once?
I don't know.
Did we not?
Oh, we have lost 3 in a row all season.
Okay, yeah, well, you're right. We lost to the Hawks in Brooklyn back to back, and then we won. And then we lost to the Clippers and the Lakers back to back, and then we beat the Jazz. And then we lost to the Pistons and them, and now we play the Nuggets tomorrow night.
So if we lose there tomorrow, that'll be the first time all season we've lost 3 in a row.
Yes. Yes. My takeaway from this is really simple. I didn't like that he played J-Dub with the group he plays SGA with. I did not like that. I don't like what Dagnall is doing. I don't like what the Thunder are doing. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
You're talking about Tyson, J. Will, Kenrich, and Isaiah Joe?
Yes.
Or Wiggins?
Yes. With Wiggins. That's what he did. That group right there, it was Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Wiggins, and J. Will. And I'm like, that's SGA's group. And I'm telling you, I don't like what they're doing. I don't like it. J-Dub is not, or Dub, or whatever the hell you call him, whatever they call him, Dub, whatever. He ain't SGA. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I'm telling you, as a former player who had this happen to him, it's SGA. He gonna get to the point where he's gonna say, "To hell with it. I'm just gonna do what the hell I want." What you gonna do? Pull me out? You gonna lose? And the thing is, this: the more eyes that get on the Thunder, the more eyes that are gonna be on him, the less he's gonna be able to do the crap he's doing. I can promise you. And then you say that we're gonna play the 76ers now on TV. Then that gets switched to a TV game now?
Yep. It'll be, I think it's in March or something. Yeah, it's called National
Well,
TV.
I know we play one national TV game a month. This month we have a national TV game in February against somebody. I forget who it is. We play one a month.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, we play one a month. We play one a month. And
Hey, I want to go ahead and off topic. I want to shoot out there. Last night we had a little disagreement last night, and Russell Westbrook, by the way, was drafted by the Seattle SuperSonics.
oh, he was?
Yes, he was. Now it was 30 days in or 30 days out from not having a franchise, but when he was drafted by the Seattle SuperSonics.
Well, then why does it say the Thunder?
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, Google it.
Huh. So then what do you think the Thunder's rationale was picking Westbrook over Kevin Durant? They picked Russell Westbrook over Kevin Durant, James Harden, Ibaka. That's what they did. Over Sabonis, over Stephen Jackson. Kevin Martin.
Sabonis. Well, Kevin Martin was kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Kevin Martin.
Yeah, but Kmart was averaging 20-something a game for Houston until he got traded to us.
Yeah, he couldn't defend. And he was hit and miss, man. He was streaky as all get out.
No, I get that. I get that. But what I'm saying is the Thunder. There's an undeniable fact that Thunder chose Russell Westbrook over Kevin Durant, over James Harden, over Ibaka, over Sabonis, over Reggie Jackson. It's undeniable. That's who they chose.
Yeah, I agree. Let me address that at a player at a time.
Okay.
So Harden, I think Harden was more of
financial decision.
It was either Ibaka or Harden. I think financially. So and I think Harden. I don't think Harden wanted to stay in.
That's not true.
I mean, that was just my opinion.
That's not true.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I have a good friend that was really close to the family, and Harden wanted to stay. And the Thunder basically said, "Here's your deal. Take it or leave. You have 24 hours." That's basically what they said.
So, I mean, Russ could have had a little bit to do with it. Probably did, but I think it was the organization really.
Yeah, I agree. This is my thing. I think that had Harden, the only reason why we got to the finals is because of James Harden. He killed the San Antonio Spurs. He killed them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's the only reason why we made it to the finals. And
yeah, absolutely.
And if you when he got to the finals, he was a no-show, which of course has been a James Harden MO. Okay, he is a no-show in the playoffs, and that's been his MO for the whole time he's been in the NBA.
Yes.
And I believe
Agreed.
I just don't think the Thunder thought they could keep all three,
No,
or
I agree with
four,
you. I agree.
all four, which would be Ibaka, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell. And I think they said, okay, we're going to pick Russell because he has more upside to them in their minds than James Harden did. So, and I don't like either
Which,
one of them,
hey,
by the way.
I
So,
mean, I know there's a lot more involved in these trades, but if you think back, you could track and trading Serge Ibaka turned into Oladipo and Sabonis, which turned into Paul George, which turned into SGA, Gallinari, 5 first-round picks, which turned out to be Jalen Williams as well.
and Kate,
So,
yes,
I'm Tracy, yeah. So, um, okay, so Kevin Durant, that's the big one. I mean, that's really the big
which is where we're at
one.
again. Which is where we're at again.
Hey, let me address this first. So, Kevin was the big one, and I have no good reason for that other than the fact that what you say is probably true. So, I think Kevin, and as we've learned, and Kevin is definitely by far the best player that's ever come through Oklahoma City.
100%.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. But as we find out, Kevin off the floor is maybe a little different than we thought back then.
No,
Am I
he is
wrong
who he
when I say
is.
that?
No, he is who he is. Oh, he
So
is.
he is one of the most insecure, self. He needs justification too much from other people, and he's so insecure that maybe Russell's intensity he just didn't like it, and maybe they just clashed. I don't know. Like I wasn't there, so I mean I don't know. So I mean, and again, should we have kept Kevin? Yes, we should have. There's no disagreement there. I mean that's as obvious as it could be. But I mean, is there a guarantee that if we got rid of Russ that we would have kept Kevin? I don't know.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Even today, we still have it.
This is
Because
this is why I say that. James Harden, Kevin Durant with Ibaka would have fared out fair because Russell is a selfish person who is all about Russell because of the chip he has on his shoulder. Okay? This is what I believe. He to me, he has a chip on his shoulder from the time he left UCLA, on and on and on. By Drew Holiday and all those guys starting in front of him. He's had a chip on his shoulder. And the Thunder empowered him to be the person that he was. And I think the Thunder do not want to give anybody that power again. And SGA does, like you made the point about SGA not being that type of guy. I don't think he's that type of guy. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is. We just don't know what's going on off the scene. Russell, I knew what was happening. Russell, I knew what was going on.
The chances of SGA being like Russell
Are
I don't
slim.
think that's even.
I agree. So, but to me, if you got rid of Russell, it's because this is what I believe. If James Harden would have played really well in the finals, I think Russell would have left. They would have got rid of Russell because they couldn't keep all three. And I think the Thunder are in the same situation again. You have all three again, and the Thunder can't keep all three. And I think they're going to keep J-Dub and Chet. That's what I believe. And they're going to make another huge mistake.
So here's a little bit of the difference, and that's not going to account for all these issues we're talking about. But so SGA is about as close to a finished product as you can. Now he's still going to get better, but he's about as close
25.
to a finished product as we have, as you could be.
Yes, at
I
25.
know, but I'm saying he's so good right now that he's going to get better, but right now he's just so good.
Yes.
So, and Jalen Williams and Chet and Josh and whoever else you want to put in that mix aren't even close.
No.
Like they're not even close. And when you're talking about Kevin, Russ, and Harden, I think they kind of were at the same level in their careers. Does that make sense? So they kind of grew up together.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Okay,
hold on. Kevin Durant was there first, then Russell, then Harden.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, then Russell, then Harden. Okay, so in the realm of what you're trying to say, if I think this is what you're trying to say, Kevin Durant was so much better than those other two, it was ridiculous. And the other two were still forming, if that's what you're trying to say, kind of like SGA is where Kevin Durant was, and J-Dub and Chet are where Russell and Harden were still coming up. Is that the point you're trying to make?
I think yes and no. So yes, that's what I'm trying to make. But I feel like Harden and Westbrook were farther along, a lot farther along than J-Dub and Chet.
Okay.
So they were closer in development to Kevin than the other two are to this.
No. I don't. Okay. No, that I don't agree with. No, Kevin Durant is a top 10 player of all time. Will be. Those two are not.
No. What I mean to say, Matt, is maybe not that they were as good, because we all know they're not. But as far as let me restate that. So Russell and Harden were farther developed at this point.
Okay, then those two, yes.
The point where
now, yes, yes, I will go with that. Yes, but closer to no, but yes. I think those two are closer to. I think those two are closer to SGA than those two were close to SG. They're close to KD. KD is a generation. KD is a generational player. At 7 foot with the length and the jumper, SGA is not a generational player. I don't think. I think he's a very good player, but a generational player is a top 10 player of all time. That ain't SGA.
Yeah, he's not. No, I agree.
Okay, that's a generational player. So that's my difference between generational player and player. If you understand now, SGA is an extremely talented player, top 5 in the NBA, and the players. If the players listen, it's like when Kobe won when Steve Nash beat Kobe for the MVP, and it's simply because Kobe had the rape allegation. Okay, that's why the writers didn't vote him as the MVP, which was ridiculous. The players, however, voted Kobe as the MVP. And it's just like with the All-Star voting. SGA got the players' nod, which is the most important nod that you can have. Because like what you were trying to make on After the Storm last night. As a player, I can dislike you all I want, but if you bust in my head, I'm going to have to give you some love whether I like you or not. I'm not a fan of Russell Westbrook, but I give him his flowers. I'm not a fan of James Harden, but I give him his flowers. Okay? As a player, you have to respect somebody who's busting you up. You got to give them respect on their game. Now, personally, that's a whole separate issue. The media, personally, if they have a problem with you personally, they're going to screw you over because they have the power. I don't like that. That's all I was saying.
So do you feel that a developed trio that we have currently versus a developed trio we had back then has a higher upside and is a better team? Or do you feel like the previous would have been a better team?
Man, Nathan, this team and that team are different in the fact that this team is not as talented overall as that team. But that being said, I don't think that they are being put in the proper places to make us that much more formidable, if that makes sense. Scotty Brooks put them in a situation to make them that much formidable. When you got rid of him and got Billy Donovan, when you got rid of Billy Donovan, that team was ended right then and there. Any championship aspirations you had were gone right there when you added Billy Donovan. Now you've got the same type of coach in Mark Daigneault that you had in Billy Donovan. So to me, all you did was go sideways. You didn't improve. Now at the point, Sam Presti, at the point of hiring Daigneault, 100% because we were in developmental stage, and he is incredibly efficient and steadfast as a developmental coach, 100%. Okay, there's no denying that. But my problem is now that you're developed to go to the next level, he is a Buck Showalter. He is Mark Jackson. So if that makes sense.
I guess my thought would be if I keep the same opinion that I had and made, that the organization still thinks it's time for Mark Daigneault.
No, I'm saying But my point is that everybody forgets Buck Showalter was the coach of the Yankees before Joe Torre took over and they won 4 out of 5. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody
Right.
forgets that Mark Jackson won 50 games two times in a row. Okay? Before they hired Steve Kerr and they went on to win championships. So everybody forgets that. Now, your point being made that the Thunder administration is not ready, they're still in developmental mode, that's going to have to go away because they are going to get challenged through the media if we continue to where we're at. Sam Presti's going to get called out, or Dagnall's going to get called out. We're going to get called out like we did last year. Okay? Same thing is going to happen like last year. So that's where I'm at. Is that hey Drew, turn that off, man.
What's up?
The reverb, we can hear that. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so the same thing is going to happen as before. Okay, because you have to listen. You're at the point where now you've got to win. You're at that point. We're still in developmental. I agree, 100%. Okay, we're in developmental mode. I'm with that.
I would pose this. I think, as far as the organization is concerned, and I think we agree on this, that we're in Jackson's 50 wins, and then
okay,
we're not ready for that next coaching change yet. Now, hold on. The organization thinks that.
No, okay,
Now,
I'm okay with that analogy.
I don't think so.
I'm okay with that analogy. Maybe
So,
the second year. Maybe the second year.
I think they wanted.
You might be right about the first year. You might be right about that.
Series down.
You might be right about that.
Let's see where we're at after the first round. Whatever playoff round we get. Let's see where we're at, and then we'll make a determination based off of that.
I agree. And Drew, are you there?
I mean, I think that's what the organization's thinking.
Is Drew there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You made a point last night when we were talking about on After the Storm. We were talking about the Thunder going to the next level. Where we're at now and getting to the next level and what we need to do to make the change, whether we should stay pat or whether we should add. And I think you and Ben had a trade thing that you were throwing away on text or something?
Jordan Giddey for Klay Thompson.
Because the Warriors are on they're saying, okay, we gotta get rid of some people. What is your thoughts on that, Nathan?
Yep.
So hey, you said it was Giddey for Klay Thompson?
Jordan Giddey.
Dort and Giddey for Klay Thompson.
If you throw in Moses Moody, I'm in.
I don't think they're going to do that.
I think so too. I think it's an upgrade, but you put Klay Thompson on that team. Boy, watch out.
Yeah, you got Klay Thompson, you got a shooter and a guy who can play defense.
Yeah, and he's a good defensive player too. He's a great on-ball defender.
And that allows you to promote Kaysen. And how about, by the way, Keontae, congratulations to him being announced to the All-Star team for the G League, by the way. But anyway, go ahead, Drew.
Sure. Absolutely.
Well, go ahead, Drew.
They were talking about that on First Take this morning, I believe, was one of them about possible trades for the Thunder.
I mean, I don't.
Thing, though, guys.
Yeah.
I like it, but I like it in the summer, not now.
Well, this is the thing. You had the trade deadline. We're missing the way Dort is now. He's horrible from three, and he keeps shooting. He's a liability right now offensively. Klay Thompson can play just as Klay Thompson can play just as good a defense as he can. Now that allows you now to bring in up Kaysen, and then it also allows you to bring in a Keontae to play better defense anyway, because he's your best player you have on the G League team without question. So
the only issue you got with that is Thompson's making $40 million, and Dort's making 18, and Giddey's making 8.
Yeah.
So that's going to hinder your ability to do a trade or sign anybody in the office.
Well, you'd have to trade somebody else. You'd have to get rid of Davis Bertans. You can work around it.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. But I think
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
you told
content.
them they could probably just sign and trade or something with a Bertrand or somebody like that.
Or you can also go to state to get rid of them. They might take part of that salary to make it work too.
Yeah.
I'm content for this year, guys. I really am.
No,
Just because I want to see what they can do.
no, I'm with
I
you.
mean,
This is my thing, and like we talked about last night, all three of us on the show. I don't have a problem with the Thunder staying pat where they are. I have zero problem with it. Okay, but I also know that at the team that we currently have, we're not going to go far in the playoffs. You got to have
They're
somebody
not
else.
going to win with the team they have.
Not
right
going to
now.
win.
You're not going to win.
Not going to win. Not going to win. So
No,
you
I
got
agree.
so
I agree,
Klay Thompson
but
gives you
did we really
defense,
think they were going to anyway, then?
but he gives no. But I'm just saying is he gives you defense and he gives you a shooter.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing you got to have is you got to have an inside
And he's a
presence.
decent rebounding guard,
Yeah.
too. He's a pretty good rebounding guard.
Yep. And that allows you to bring up Kaysen and bring him in the mix. Okay. And now with Isaiah Joe hurt, you got to have somebody else. But the problem with Isaiah Joe is everybody's figured him out. They're not going to let him just catch and shoot anymore. So now Isaiah Joe is trying to turn into a scorer instead of a shooter, and that ain't him.
What happened to Isaiah Joe? What's
We
his
don't know
injury?
yet. We don't know yet.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't know yet.
It's undisclosed, is what it
I got
is.
any updates out there.
It's undisclosed.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and take this
That sounds
opportunity.
like he's getting an MRI. That's what that means.
That's what that means. We're going to take our sponsors, Collaborative
Yeah.
Logic. Just the Collaborative Logic for keep us up and running and getting us going. And I appreciate those guys anytime that there's a problem. The thing I love about them most is they can remote in. You don't have to take the computer in. They can remote in and take care of you. So I appreciate Collaborative Logic and everything that they do for us to keep us going. If you have any needs for computers, personalized software, or website design, they are the peeps to talk to. SRB. If you have any needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, if you have a complex that you want to build, hey, holler at my boys. They'd be love to come in and set everything up for you so everything runs properly and is set up the way that it should to make it run smoothly. And so holler at my guy, Mark Long over at SRB. Oak Grove Trucking, Jose Fierro, if you have any needs for dirt, rock, or sand.
What's up, Jose?
Hit our boy up over at Oak Grove Trucking. Nafco and Greg and Max Nafy, I appreciate them taking care of me as they always do in any little thing that needs to be done. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank. Make things happen.
Yes, they are. They are equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. And, of course, we are here at Georgia's Happy Hog because of YNB. So they go out and they support us to go out and promote minority, women, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank and see our boy Nathan or Joe Horn or, well, is Kent there, Nathan?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. I didn't know if it
What
was.
time is it? Is it past 3?
It's 2:45.
No, he's here.
It's
We got about
2:45.
15 minutes.
YNB, he switches off the Parkway there.
Yeah,
in the-
He's already started his car out in the parking lot.
Oh my God, you guys are wrong, man. YNB Mustang 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, and I-40, just south of I-40. Can't miss it right there in front of the hospital. YNB Peoples, and located in Bethany between Rockwell and MacArthur. DT Construction, our boy Drew Hinthorn, if you have needs for roofing, hit our boy up. He can do that. Or if so, any sort of rock, dirt, sand, driveways, whatever, remodeling, he can hit you. Please hit our boy up. DT Construction 2015. What's the 2015? Is that what the year you started, Drew? Anyway, DT Construction.
Yep, that's the year.
Okay, DT Construction 2015 at Outlook. 405-209-4051. Respectful, local, and loyal. And, of course, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located in Dale City, 4609 Southeast 29th. Holler at them at 405-670-2424. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1. Proudly serving the Mid-Dale area since 1982. Now, we talked about Thunder News. Keontae Johnson's got selected to play in the G League next up game, All-Star game. And then Isaiah Joe is considered day-to-day. And we both are like, what the hell does day-to-day mean? We don't even know what the hell that means, do we?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
really
I did. I
don't know what that means. But what that means is when you look at where the NBA standings are currently, how is that going to affect the Thunder? The Thunder are now third, and we've got to beat the Nuggets tonight because if not, Then we drop to 4th behind the Clippers. What do y'all think the odds are on that tonight?
I don't know. I think if Jalen Williams and Isaiah Joe are out, I don't think we've got a very good chance to win that game.
Drew?
Well, they were going to be an underdog in the game either way.
Yep.
So it's again, tough man. That's a bad matchup for Oklahoma City. Even though they beat them a couple times this year, the height and the length for Denver are going to cause Oklahoma City problems.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. It's going to be a tough. But unlike
there's very few teams in the league that really cause Oklahoma City problems, and Denver's one.
Denver's one of them, and Minnesota is too with their length. But the difference is that it's who he plays and what he does in that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Then you've got
the Lakers for sure.
The Lakers for sure. And Drew and I talked about it. Now, but see, as the way the Thunder sit now, if everything was to end the way it is now, the Thunder would have to play the Mavs. The Suns.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. I'd rather have the Mavs than the Suns.
Did you get also Thunder news? Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, which this is done. But Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and Casey Wallace have been selected for the Rising Stars game.
Yeah, well, we figured that, but
I Chet Holmgren. I give Chet Holmgren the week off. I sent him to Bahamas and let him relax for about 4 days.
Yeah, he needs a break. He needs a break, but he ain't gonna do that because that's a standard thing
for
them.
Won't,
but I agree with you, Drew, 100%. And then, of course, my NBA, the Sixers, the Knicks, the Cavs, and those Pacers are still sliding down that peripheral backside. And then starting five.
The Cavs are getting better.
Yeah, they are. They're rolling up. They're what, 5th, 6th in the East right now. So,
yep.
But anyway, the All-Stars, the starters, like we talked about yesterday.
Playing well too.
LeBron, KD, and Jokic. And then, of course, for the East, you've got Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, Giannis, Tatum, and Embiid. Now, guys, this is what I was looking at as far as the reserves, and I'm gonna tell you, give me y'all what y'all think about it. Okay, the West. Here's my reserves. That this has not been verified, but this is who I'm thinking: Steph Curry, AD, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi, Sabonis, Booker, and George. What do y'all think about that?
I got Steph, AD, Anthony Edwards, Sabonis, and Paul George. Who was the other?
You think Kawhi's making it over James Harden?
Kawhi and Devin Booker. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that Clippers kind of pose. They could easily get 3 on there. The Clippers could, but I don't think they'll put 3 members of that team on the reserve.
Well, but Drew, see, on top of that, who are you going to take, Devin Booker or James Harden? He's a guard.
Oh, Devin Booker.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Your 4 guards would be Luka, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, and SGA. That's your 4 guards.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's who I would roll with. Okay.
Yeah.
The East, I've got Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, Donovan Mitchell, Banchero, and Trey. And Trey was hard for me to stick in, but I like Trey. I like Trey.
I like Porzingis. Porzingis is having a hell of a year too.
Yeah, the only thing about Trey is that he may not get in is because
nice
only thing about Trey may not get in is because of Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Maxey. I don't know if you can put him in. Can you? Can you slide him in there?
I think Brunson should have been a starter.
But my deal is this: I
think Brunson should have been a starter over Lillard, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but they have the advantage as far as wins. So but who would you rather have, Damian Lillard or Brunson?
Oh yeah, I know. There's no contest. But as far as just the season goes, which is what this stuff should be based on.
Yeah.
Just the season. Brunson's had a way better season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody have a problem with SGA being in there instead of Steph Curry? Steph Curry had the most votes. Steph Curry was second in voting. SGA was, I think, 300,000 behind him.
But his team sucks, and he's the best player on that team. So,
yeah.
I feel like SGA has been a leader of this team all year, and he's led them to number 1 in the West.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't even know if Curry's even had that great of a year, to be honest with you.
Yep.
I
Now
mean, he's
what?
amazing. Don't get me wrong. He's amazing. But,
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, the best game of the year the other night against the Lakers. I think he had 45.
Yeah, he was ridiculous.
yeah,
And that's my
exactly.
deal with the Thunder. Like SGA had that game, we had 40. I don't see him. They get to tomorrow night. He will have to go if J Dub doesn't play and Isaiah Joe doesn't play. He's going to have to go for 40, 45. He's going to have to be super efficient. He's going to have to be what 12 of 21. 3 for 5 from three, shooting 15 free throws. 14 for 15, 14 for 15, or 13 for 14, or something like that, free throws to get it the where he needs to go for us to beat the Nuggets. What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I think Wiggins going to have to have a big night, especially if Joe doesn't play. Wiggins going to have to get you 15 to 18,
Yep, Nathan.
which,
Hey,
he's very capable of.
Yeah, he is, especially if he continues to shoot from
just
three
looked
like
up.
he's shooting.
Yep.
Nathan.
That guy's amazing from three.
Yeah, he's just been.
I just looked up Steph's numbers this year. So Steph's only playing. He's playing 33 minutes. He's averaging 27 points. Obviously, he's shooting 40% from three because he always does. 44% from the field. And I don't know. He's just not having a Steph-like year, to be honest with you. But, I mean, he's 30. What is it, 34, 33?
Yeah,
No,
so,
he's nursing a knee injury, too.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any help. I mean,
Yep.
he doesn't have any help.
No, he has no help
none.
whatsoever.
Except for Clay.
Yep.
And Clay's been up and down all year, and he's been hurt.
Yep, I'm excited to see Thunder got a chance to really. They got to make a move though. They really got to make a move. Of course, in the
I think that game's going to keep coming down. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs are favored by next Sunday. I just think it's going to keep. It started at 2.5. It's already down to 1.5. Won't be surprised if it's Chiefs -1 or pick them by Sunday. And I'm really kind of leaning towards the over in that game. I think the Chiefs are going to be able to score. I mean, the Niners are giving up an average of 30 points a game in the playoffs right now. They haven't seen the likes of Patrick Mahomes yet. Nasty. Less than 20. Less than 20 points. Yeah. Everybody can say what they want about Purdy, and he's a good quarterback, but the Super Bowl is a different animal. I just wonder if he's going to be up for the big moment. It's going to be an interesting game. I just think the Chiefs have a lot of advantages in that game. My money will be with Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah. You know me, man. I never bet against Patrick Mahomes, especially in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense. I was going to say, the Chiefs defense, like you guys have been talking about, they've been amazing in the postseason. So, and Pachenko's been a beast the last 2 or 3 games. I mean, he's.
Yeah. But if you really think about it, I mean, this is really the first year Mahomes has had a lights out defense. I mean, in previous years in the Super Bowls, their defense wasn't their best unit on the field. It's usually counting on their offense. Now they can lay back and let their defense hold guys under 20 points. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you really think about it. Let's say he takes a little bit less money with the Chiefs for a 3-year deal, they'll probably extend him another year just for being loyal. You know, Even when he, I mean, that's what he's got to look at that too. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We don't care, and that's just how it
Oh,
is. It's sad, but it is what it is. Now, speaking of college basketball, Drew, tell you what, college basketball.
lot of good action on the board tonight.
Yep, in AP 25, top 25, UConn number 1, Purdue number 2, your North Carolina Tar Heels, they buy all the way up to 3. Man, how about that?
Yep.
And then of course Houston sitting there at number 4.
They won 10 games in a row by double digits.
Yep. And it's so funny when you look at the Big 12, talk about tough conference. Houston at number 4, Kansas at number 8, Texas Tech at number 15, Baylor at number 18, OU at 23, TCU at 25, BYU at 22.
Yeah.
The Big
Tech's
East,
got a squad.
the Big 12 is just packed when it comes to that. So
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I tell you what, that Thursday afternoon in Kansas City this year, that quarterfinal is going to be must-watch TV.
yeah, it is. It's gonna be a hell of a deal.
You're going to have 8 teams and probably all of them in the top 25.
Yep. And here you go, Drew. Here are the Herbie Husker picks. You got the Pacers and the Celtics. That's the only thing you're taking. You're taking the over in that.
I didn't really see a whole lot I liked in the NBA now. I was looking at the Laker game early, but they're sitting everybody tonight, so I probably won't be on the Lakers. And but I like the over in that game with Halliburton back, and that game is usually high intensity. I look for that to be a high-scoring game.
Nathan, what were you gonna say?
What's the over-under on that line?
245 and a half. You said it's 246 now, Drew?
That's going to be a fun one to watch.
Okay, then of course in college
It's up there for a reason.
Yep. College basketball, man.
That's going to be a fun watch.
He's loaded. He loaded up, Nathan, on college basketball. He's got OU. He's taking the points. OU plus 3. You taking OU?
Yeah, Kansas State is really up and down. They're not that good. I think OU's due for a bounce back game too. And for whatever reason, OU's playing pretty well on the road this year in the Big 12. So I think they'll be all right. They're a good matchup with Kansas State too. K-State's not real big, so OU should be able to ski them up.
Yep. Okay. Then you've got Colorado -2.
Which one's that?
Colorado -2.
Colorado State -2.
Oh, Colorado State. Okay, my bad.
I don't know if you guys have watched. I don't know if you've watched Colorado State play much this year, but they got a nice little squad. They got a good big man, big white guys about 7 foot tall. They got 2 or 3 good shooters. They got a nasty little point guard. They're one to watch in the tournament. They might be a sleeper to make Sweet 16.
So you like Colorado State, do you?
I do like Colorado State.
Okay. Then you got the Zags at -15.
Yeah, that's a late night Big Tuesday matchup against Loyola Marymount. The Zags have fallen out of the top 25 for the first time in 7 years.
Isn't that crazy?
I look for them to play well tonight. Yeah.
That is nuts.
And they need to win. They better put together some wins, or they're not going to make the tournament with the strength of that conference.
That's just when you said that, I'm like, wait, what? Gonzaga? Wait, the Zags? Wait, what? Is that possible?
Yeah, they're out.
I mean, that just blows me away if you do that. Then of course you're taking the Jayhawks 16? 16,
Yeah,
Drew?
Oklahoma State's in trouble up there.
Yeah, and Lawrence.
KU coming off a bad loss this last weekend. I think OSU's in trouble. That's normally not a good matchup for us up there.
Nope. And then, of course, your Tar Heels -9.
Yeah, I wouldn't put much on that. North Carolina normally doesn't play that well before they play Duke, so normally they're looking ahead. At 9's a lot, but Georgia Tech's not very good. They're not big at all. They've really been struggling this year. I mean, Carolina should beat them by 10 points, but whether they're looking ahead or not is what you got to worry about.
In the game Saturday, North Carolina Duke, is this Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday at 5.
Okay. Then, of course, you've got the Red Raiders +4.5.
Yeah, so that's that battle of top 25 teams there at TCU. But I tell you what, Texas Tech has got a nice little squad. I don't know if you've watched them play any, but they play hard. They play good defense. I just think 4.5 too much. They may get beat. I don't think they're going to get beat by 5.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. I agree 100% by that.
I think that's on ESPN, too.
Yep. And then you're taking Nova -1.
So Marquette traveling to Nova. I think Marquette's a little overrated at number 5 in the country. I don't know about all that juice for them, but Villanova's got a decent squad. They beat Carolina earlier in the year. They played UConn South the other night at home catching a short number. I'll take Nova in that game.
Yep. Then, of course, South Carolina +14.5. That's a lot of damn points, bro.
Seems like a lot. To me, that just seems like too many. Tennessee's good, but I don't know that they're 15 points better than South Carolina.
Yeah.
South Carolina's 17-3 too.
Are they playing at South Carolina or in Tennessee? In that.
No, that's Tennessee. Tennessee's 15-4, and South Carolina is 17-3, and Tennessee's in there 16-point favorite.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound right.
Seems like a lot.
And then, of course, you're taking Illinois -2.
Yeah, every time I watch Illinois play, I just pissed off that we don't have their head coach. So
Yeah, I agree.
They've got a good, talented squad. Ohio State's down this year in basketball. Illinois is another one of my sleeper teams that could make a run at the Sweet 16 too.
Yep. Then, of course, in our last segment today, we're going to talk about NFL. How about the Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson says no to the Seahawks and Commanders, or they said no to him. Regardless, he's not going.
Well, I mean, just rallying around the troops there to stay put. The loyalty, I like it.
Yep. Nathan?
Good move, man. I think I like what he said about being loyal too. I mean, that's rare today.
We could just get someone to be in charge of special teams and run them out on the field. They might be in the Super Bowl.
Drew.
Oh, he just can't help himself. You know that, Nathan. He cannot help himself. He just can't.
I want to shoot something at you. I want to shoot something at you right quick, man. I want you to tell me who this is here, okay? Okay, I'm going to give you 2 stat lines. Okay, 18.7 points a game. 4.5 assists, 4 rebounds, 31.9 minutes, 50. Now remember these numbers: 54% from the field, 45% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. Okay, one more stat line: 13.9 points a game, 4.6 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 45% from the field, 40% from 3, 70%.
Oh, is he really doing that to you, Drew? Is he really doing that right now? Is he really doing it? Is he really doing that to you right now?
Oh, man, you are.
Wow.
Good guess, man.
Wow.
Good
Okay.
guess.
Wow.
Let's
Nathan,
We've had a very good last month and a half. Scoring up the last month and a half.
I agree, but Drew, we're doing football right now, and he brings up that stat. We're doing football. We're talking about NFL, and you bring up and he brings up J-Dub.
Hey, in my defense, man, I've had that sitting there waiting for about 20
Well, you could have said that earlier.
Waiting for about 20
You could have said that earlier. Anyway, so the Steelers hire.
Hey, he was letting me simmer.
I can say, yeah, I'm done. Anyway, the Steelers hire ex-Falcons head coach Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator. So it looks like that the Steelers are trying to fix some issues, but the one thing they got to fix is who's throwing the ball. They've got to get that fixed, because how the hell can our boy from Oklahoma State come in and do better than Kenny Pickett? And he was a third-team quarterback.
Right.
Something's not right there.
Really hurt. That's a number 1 draft pick, too. That's a bad loss if they end up kicking him to the curb. That hurt.
Well, which one was left out? Which one is worse, that one or what the 49ers did, moving up to get him,
Yeah.
moving up to get Smith? And then, of course, in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs will be wearing their red
Didn't the 49ers
uniforms.
draft Trey Lance number 1 too?
Yeah, that's what I meant, Trey Lance. Yeah, they moved up to draft him.
Yeah.
And
Because,
then,
now he's the third string quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
yep. And then, of course, the Chiefs will wear the red uniforms at home for the Super Bowl. But I will say this.
Matt, speaking of, go ahead. I'm sorry, guys.
Go ahead, Nate. Nathan, go
I
ahead.
was just going to ask you a question. Since we're on football, I want to ask you a question. And you might rip my head off for this, but I don't know. I'm just curious. Who's a better quarterback, Brock Purdy or Baker Mayfield?
But they're a lot alike too.
Oh man.
It's tough, isn't it? It's tougher than you think, isn't it?
I'd probably say Brock because he can move more. He moves more. He's more mobile. Other than that, I would probably take Baker.
It's funny that you have to think about it, though, right? Like, I mean,
I'm not like the dude on Callan, Jason, whatever his name. He's not.
Hey, speaking of Baker Mayfield, did you see Dak Prescott set out the Pro Bowl and now Baker Mayfield made his first Pro Bowl?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, they're going to pay Baker.
Yeah,
They need to pay. Baker needs to make about 30-something
Prescott
million.
set out the game, and Baker Mayfield was the next one in line.
Well, I mean, to me, Dak. My problem with Dak is not one of the Cowboy players, coaching staff came up and defended him. Not one. I don't.
Not one
the
what?
owner. Well, when what's his name's brother went off on him, and all the thing. The ownership. Nobody defended Dak.
Right.
That says a lot, Drew. They're like, you're getting ready to make
does.
$60 million, and you didn't have one person defend you. Not one. The ownership, nobody defended him. But I believe that, to me, the Cowboys have a great defense. To me, go ahead and trade Dak, get rid of him, and get you a young guy, or either get what you got quarterback wise, and try to get you somebody next draft or two. Other than that, because to me, you can't pay Dak, and you're gonna lose your defense guys.
Nope.
Can't pay him. He's not. And to me, he's going to make more than Patrick Mahomes. How the hell can he make more than Mahomes and Joe Burrow? How the hell is that? There's no metric you can give me that says he should make more money than Patrick Mahomes. I don't care if it's next man up and all that nonsense. You don't have the stat line to put you ahead of him.
Because there isn't one.
Well, but what I'm saying is, but the way that the salary structure works, the next person up makes more money than Mahomes. That makes no sense.
Well,
to me.
Mahomes signed the 10-year, $500 million, so he's not really up for a
No. Drew, he just got they just gave him an upgrade. So he just got he's the highest paid quarterback right now because they took that money that the backside of it and moved it up. And that's the problem. In 3 more years, Drew, they got to pay him again.
Yep.
They got to extend him again.
And that's fine.
And he's going to already, man. But the thing is this, he's going to already have, so he'll have all 450 of that million. He'll have it all. Mm-hmm. In how many years? Well, he'll have it in,
so
6?
So Prescott's a $59 million hit on the cap this year.
Right.
And then they could franchise him next year. And
no, he has a no franchise.
Renegotiate?
He has a no franchise. He has a no trade.
Okay.
He has no trade, no franchise.
So they could just release him.
They can release him and take the hit, or they can trade him to a team that he wants to be traded to. They're screwed.
Yeah.
They should have paid him right after Jared Goff got paid, and they didn't do it. And because of that, it cost them way more money because they didn't believe in Dak. And they waited to the last possible minute to pay him, and then they had to. And then this is where the situation they're in now. But, I mean, Dak Prescott is not the guy. He is a very good, and I like Dak. I think he's great, a very good guy, but he is not the quarterback to get the Cowboys. This team that they got, he ain't the guy to get them there, and that's clear.
Nope.
He ain't the guy. He gets what does Shannon Sharp call him? Empty calories. His most of his stats are empty calories because he gets them when the game is Dude, what about when the game was 7-7 or 10-3?
Yeah.
Where were you then? Or 10-0? You need to go score. Where were you then?
Yeah,
Now that
especially in
it's
a big game.
Yep. I mean, threw a pick six that was just, God, that was an awful pick. Oh, that was terrible. So, all right, guys. Hey, I'm out of here, man. I got to get out of here and get to the gym and try to feel better. So I appreciate you guys.
All right.
My guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com, and of course Nathan
Go Big Red.
Taylor. He just can't help himself. And Nathan Taylor of
You know,
YB. You want to throw in something?
I'm just happy that Matt invited me back today.
Wow. This is a different
As I
show.
told your probation.
This is a different show. Okay? Tomorrow night, there's no
Okay, what you
guarantee.
think
There's no
when you get
guarantee
back,
you will be
you
on
won't
tomorrow
take me
night.
up
There's no guarantee you'll be on tomorrow night for After the Storm. Okay? But you are. This is a different show. And I didn't know Drew was going to be on. If I knew Drew was coming, then you may not have gotten an invite. But I didn't think Drew was coming.
That's where that is.
I didn't know Drew was going to be on. So you got lucky.
Maybe I'll have to borrow the commander's stump one day and just kind of trick you guys.
Oh. And by the way, I should be at the bank Thursday. By the way, Nathan. Did you hear me?
Do what?
I said I should be at the bank Thursday. I'm going to try to be at the bank Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, so that's my plan. So, all right, guys, appreciate y'all. It's my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com and my boy Nathan Taylor of YNB. And we want to thank Georgia's Happy Hog for having us here today, and of course YNB for being our sponsors and paying for us to get here. That being said, everybody, enjoy this beautiful weather. Hey, Drew, did you go play golf today? He must be gone. So if y'all can't, hey, somebody go play some golf for me because I wish I could.